Alright, my bad for being late again. I have a neighbor kid that is not got a good track record around here. And he keeps walking around my house. Last time he went walking, he burnt the house down. So I kind of got to keep an eye on him. Light hooked up here. My bad. I just went through the whole intro and everything, and YouTube had put another button for me to press, another question to ask me for moderates. So, my bad. Running a little late. Ah, damn it. That's not gonna work. Oh, but this one. Okay. Just a second, my bad. Well, welcome to episode 99? Yeah, 99. Next one will be 100 for the second time. First time is the sheriff, but second time altogether. It's closer. I can actually answer comments. Some light. Why is that not working still? This is ridiculous. Oh, it's not plugged up. So my charger's not plugged up either. My bad. There we go. I'll get there eventually. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good. What's up? What up? Super Shay, Bad for You's here. What's up, Joseph? Zachary, what's going on? Yeah, my bad. Just kind of neighbor kid just walking around my house. I don't know what he's doing, but he doesn't give me the best vibes. I think him and his friend burnt down a house right down the road, and now he lives here. That was when he was just visiting, so kind of weirds me out, but yeah, so I'm keeping an eye on that. All good, right on. So, episode 99. One more. We hit that 100 mark again. What up, Dan? How are we? I guess we should do this right. So, I thought about it for a full week, and I'm sticking to my guns. The expo this year was lame. I don't care what anybody says, it was lame. What up, John? Yeah, I'm hoping not too, so I don't know. My dog absolutely despises that kid. Like, that kid can't even walk out his door, and my dog just goes nuts. So, like, I know when he's around my house if the dog's outside, but I have to have the dog inside to do this because he just barks. That's all he does. Alright. So, episode 99. Started out like I always do. Shout out to these people. These are the members. All my edited content goes up on my memberships. It is not monetized at all, so you get it all with no ads, no anything. But yeah, that's where all my content goes now. So just a heads up to anybody that wants to see that, it's there. put out investigation part 1. Stole that thumbnail for tonight for this, but yeah, the boot scheme that's going on. If you don't know about it, then you don't know about it. But yeah, I just feel like some YouTubers are just disgustingly starving to take every penny that you have as a viewer. So yeah. Good night, Blade anyone? Facts. Because I keep my blade sharp, brother. That's why. So shout out to these people. In the Trees, William Moxie, Low Impact Forestry and Tree, Ground Pounder, J306, Super Shay, 5 Chris 5, James R, Bucky Sauls, Buckwheat, Guilty of Treason, Veterans Tree Service, Birchleaf, DJ Leslie, and Dano Tree Works. You guys definitely keeping the lights on here. So, what's the boot scheme like? Oh, you meant to say Mike. Oh, my bad. Okay. So what I did is a more in-depth investigation on YouTube's sweetheart, Buckin' Billy Ray Smith. I personally just don't get a good vibe from the entire thing, but apparently there will be a new Buckin' Billy Ray boot coming out that you can take out a second mortgage on your home and actually own. So yeah, it's more of a visual video instead of this where it's just audio, where I'm just talking. I was able to show you. Like, I wasn't like I went and made a bunch of stuff up. I just basically showed the evidence and laid it out in the video. But yeah, that part 1 for that is up. I'm waiting for some things to kind of finish up before I can do part 2, because I want it to basically be a conclusion to it, or at least a conclusion to the product being handed out. So nobody's selling me on boots. I've been getting the same ones for years. Hey, yeah, well, some people will tell you that you should buy, if you haven't had their kind of boots, you just don't know. They're the greatest thing in the world. It will change your life. Like, it depends on how much. I mean, just think about this. I'm going to tell you a pair of boots like this from Carolina. They're a stitch down boot. You can see I wore them until they had no tread. So the heels were totally sideways, rounded off. The toes started blowing out. The actual sole cracked and broke a few times. I think I paid $100 and something. Maybe I paid less than $100 for these boots. I'm a big fan of Carolina, and nowadays everything costs so much money. Everyone doesn't have, a ridiculous, endless amount of income to buy stuff. So I just find it kind of a little weird. I mean, I personally think it's dirty, but you should, they're trying to sell you on, like, if you support me, you would buy this $800 pair of boots. If you care for me and love me, then you would buy this $800 pair of boots. And what I would do is, every time at the beginning of the videos, I would tell you how much I loved you guys. Because then you would then feel the need to reciprocate it and buy what I tell you to buy or support me. And I would even go to the point of guilt tripping you and, like, pointing out other areas in life and situations where supporting somebody is so important. And then I would correlate that over to this with, but not actually telling you, but like him hawing. Basically, little mental gymnastics, and I would make you feel guilty if you didn't then pay $800 for a pair of boots so I could make a good chunk of change. So this is just all my opinion. This is what I think about it. But that video is up, and that is what I'm going to lean towards, is doing more videos more like that. Personally, I feel like my stuff has become sometimes it gets a little mean, and I kind of want to get away from being like mean. But I don't want to be a jerk, but I do at the same time I have to state facts. So that's just, it is what it is. That's what we call getting your money's worth. 100%. That's what I'm saying. Look at more. Yeah, it's crazy to me, man. I love the boot store. They're usually pretty expensive, $400, 50% off of the chipper. Right on. Cool. So let's start. Episode 99. Weekly violations. So I think we start out with PSAs. Let's all do ourselves a favor. Let's refrain from being so dramatic. Maybe you have to do that to be a YouTube character. I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. I have too much pride. I'm not gonna, when a camera turns on, I'm not gonna become more upbeat and be like you. That's weird. That's weird. Okay? So I think we could chill on being so dramatic and like playing up the danger of everything, because like it's old. Like it's so old. If you wouldn't explain the tree like that to like a fellow tree guy, I don't understand why you would label your video that. You know, maybe it's to try to grab the random viewer that knows nothing. But they'll be impressed anyway. You don't have to embellish and lie, and that's just one thing. So so I would also like to point out the craziness when it comes to putting face cuts in. Why does it have to be like a circus? Why do so many people have to like make it such a big, like such a huge thing? Like they'll make their cut and then they'll go. Pew, pew. Okay. It gets to, because it seems just lame. It seems ridiculous. Like if you make yourself look like you've never made a face cut before. That's one of the big things. It looks weird. It doesn't take that much skill to put a face cut and a back cut. Like it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. But you would have some guys try to make you believe that it's open heart surgery. And once again, that's being overly dramatic and playing up the risk and danger and the skill involved. I don't know about all that. Okay, so here I would like to state I am having the funnest time, the most fun I've ever had on YouTube. I am having right now trolling the like know-it-all weekend warrior firewood cutting kind of guys and telling them to sharpen their blade. Okay, you can get in on this. It is probably one of the funnest things. You can totally find out who is that insecure guy out there. Just go to him and leave in your comment, leave the word blade instead of saying bar and chain. And a guy that is insecure about what he knows and like just maybe he's what it is, he's been corrected on that. So instead of looking you up and being like, oh, this guy's trolling me, they just instantly get so mad. They're just instantly it just makes their blood boil. They tell you how you're an amateur, you're an idiot, and I'm just really having fun with this. It's probably the funniest thing I've got going on right now. As far as YouTube, it's try it. Just try it. You find your random tree guy and those ones that kind of irk you and you just feel the need, you want to troll them. If they don't respond, say something about a blade. And like, come on, man. My moniker on here is Steel Chainsaws. You look, there's a decade worth of cutting, and if I say it's a blade, right? Right? So, yeah, give it a whirl. Try that out. It is very fun. What up, Ton? How are we? Funny, man. I'm a professional idiot. Sweet. Yeah, that's awesome. Me too. Okay. Channel number 1. We'll start with Buck and Billy Ray. And I urge, if you like this, I'm telling you, the video I just put up on memberships where we go into the investigation, it will get even better, I promise. Like, I will put more time into it. It's the first one, but check it out. For memberships, you can join, spend a month, and then just cancel. Like, you don't have to continue. If you don't like it, you don't feel like it's a value, if it's not worth it, you don't have to. I think it's $4.99, and then you get a month's worth. And hell, it's stupid for me to say this, but you could just wait until there's 30 new videos and then do another month. And within that month, I guarantee you watch all the videos that I put up. And then you could cancel and then wait for me to build 30 more videos back up, and just $5, like in 10 years, like, or in a year, you would probably, maybe 3 months, you could see all the videos. Maybe just 2. Maybe in 1, actually, if I'm being honest. But just a heads up to anybody that wants to. So Buck and Billy Ray, he put out a bunch of videos this week. He was at, what up, Ground Pounder? Not much, man. So Buckin put out quite a few videos this week. One was, I mean, I think maybe a couple were TCI Expo, and then the other ones were logging in the States, here in the United States. I would just like to say that he's not as good. Actually, he sucks at logging here. Like, he's not the man. So I would be the same way if I went to where he's at and started trying to do. I wouldn't be the man. That's just the reality of the situation, you know. So that's where I would expect him. He's here in the States. He's trying to log our kind of trees and stuff. He would be humble and just try to learn. So some people will look into the camera and say, I'm humble and I'm going to try to learn. I'm only here to, but they don't. That's not what they do. I'm more of a person, I don't really care what you're saying here. Because you can't do something and lie to me. Like, what I see you do is reality. Like, there's no lying about that. If you're a jerk and you're just rude to people at all times, you're a jerk. You could come on here and be like, I'm a nice guy. I'm the greatest. I'm friendly to everybody. And then be a jerk. And you're not a nice guy. You're a jerk. So I'm expecting him to be humble. He comes here, he's doing his interjections, and he's telling you he's only here to learn. I'm a student. I'm this. I'm that. But then he doesn't. That's not what he does. He tries to do his little tricks in our woods, and it doesn't. It just doesn't work. He did show one of his mistakes at the beginning, like the first video that he put out, but he's edited out all the other stuff here. You can see the cuts in the video. Like, he'll just, if there's a mistake, he'll cut it out, and then he'll do his little interjections and downplay why he made these mistakes, to the point that, like, he just always has a reason for why he made a mistake. He'll sit there, he'll make mistakes, and then he'll tell you, trying to do a job good. This is the exact words I think. I'm stating to a T. He says, wanting to do good will get you hurt. You have to swallow your pride doing this. Like Husqvarna chainsaws, give him a timeout. What is he doing? Does he not know where he's... no, I'm just kidding. What up, Tex? That's funny. So, I don't care what chainsaw you have, Tex. As long as the blade is sharp, that's all that matters, brother. So, he always has a reason for why he made mistakes. So he's sitting there and he'll tell you, at the end, he did his interjection. He's like, let me tell you something. This is interesting. Let me tell you something. Both good saws. Both good saws. Not the best, but good. Yeah. So his exact words were, wanting to do a good job will get you hurt. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about the Nokers, yeah. So he messes up in the video, and his way for justifying it at the end is to say he only messes up because most people will just blindly believe anything they're told. As a viewer on YouTube, that's just the way people are. I don't understand it. I cannot relate to it at all. I'm trying to read the person as they're saying whatever they're saying. And like, you see this guy make a mistake, instead of being humble and being like, I don't know everything, I learned some valuable lessons here, this, that. That's not what he does. He says at the end, I want to do a good job, okay? And I've always wanted to do that my whole life. And that's got me in trouble. It will get you hurt. So he says, because he cares, that's why basically he made mistakes. So I don't know what he wants, like what the outcome for this lesson that he's teaching here. Do you want people to not care so that they don't get hurt? Or do you want them to care and get hurt? I don't get it. I don't get it. This one, he's going to have to, I don't know. I personally don't get it. He's recently been visiting one of his friends. Did you hit me with the unk? Son of a gun. Oh, thanks. You hit me with the unk. Oh, shit. I'm 41. Maybe 42. I may be 42. I don't know, man. I stopped counting when I got out of my 20s. I'm sick of it. I'm over it. Like, it's old, literally. It's too hard to keep up with. It's too big of a number. I bought an Oregon chain for my home from the Depot today. Hey, that's a good blade. It's a good blade. So Buckin's been visiting one of his friends who got smashed up apparently, and sees that, and then still goes and kind of makes he's just so proud of being this cowboy, which I respect. But at the same time, I don't have respect for, you know, what you do at times is very dangerous and is unnecessarily risky, and you try to you try to express it in a way that makes people think that they should do that. Like you want them to do the things that you do. And you just, that's the part where he loses me. Being a good person, I'm all about that. I can play a dick. I'm a jerk. Like on this is where I get all like, I think this makes me nicer throughout the week because I get to be an asshole here. But like being a good human, I'm always the guy that's opening the door trying to let somebody in. I love helping people. Like I relate to Buck and his message 100%. But then he loses me with when money gets involved. That's where I lose my respect, is when the money gets involved. All the soldiers of kindness and the Bucking Army and the memberships and like, and then playing like he's still broke and poor, and then he'll come up with a new saying, which I called this. I don't care what anybody says. I think for 3 weeks now I have been saying Buckin is trying to come up with a new T-shirt. So he kept saying this. What was the phrase? Hang on, it's here. Here's some. Okay, yeah. Seek to understand. Okay. Seek to understand. And I'm like, why does he keep saying that? I'm a slumberjack, professional sleeper. That's sick. So seek to understand. I'm like, that. Why does he keep saying that? I was 100% right. The shirt came out this week. You guys can get that shirt at bucketbillyray.com. I can't do that. I'm a tree junkie whore. I just don't, I don't relate to it. I think it's very shady and kind of weird. That's the same thing with the boot scheme that I'm talking about, which there will be money involved. The DGK, whatever, that's a skateboard company. My bad. The GGP or whatever the oil thing is. Ask yourself every time you take advice from an influencer on a product, whatever product may be, I don't care what it is. When you take their advice, ask yourself, is this person, what up, Pedro? How you been, brother? Is this person making money on this? Because if they're making money, it's not a valid opinion about it. There's something that is dictating the way they feel about this. I'm gonna tell you, if I make a bunch of money off something, I'm gonna love that something. I don't really care what it is. I could be selling you my dirty socks. If you buy the dirty socks, I don't really like them when they're dirty. I like them when they're clean. I put them on, they feel good on my feet. I like them. When they get dirty and they're like all sweaty from my boots and stuff, and I throw them in the dirty clothes, I really don't like them at that point. But if you bought them, I would start to love them. It would be great. Then I would offshoot, start to sell my underwear, all kinds of stuff. Okay. I don't relate to this. If you're learning from this guy, I don't want to be mean, but like, if this is the guy you're mentoring and you're learning your everything from, I question your sanity. Okay? Let's just say it that way. That was the nicest. I figured out a way to word that nice. That was nice. I like that. But yeah, go buy your Seek to Understand t-shirt at buckandbillyray.com. I'm trying to help him too. Get all your monies. Also, while he was here in the States cutting timber, there's a lot of back barn for a guy that has said Work on a pull and chain. I feel like that's going to be a t-shirt coming up too. He's going to get back into this kick. I'm calling it now. The videos aren't up yet, but watch the next coming up videos. He is going to get back on that kick. And there will be a t-shirt for you to buy. And he'll continue to back bar stuff when it's comfortable for him. But he'll tell you not to. It's just weird. It's just weird. I did the video for the boot scheme. Everything he's doing for this new boot company, he did it already. And I'll show, like I show it in the video. He done all this already. He's already made people buy from a boot company. And he even called it the Buckin' Boot. Like, all this has been done before. All of this has been done before. And to have the gall to do it again, and I don't know, man. I care for people a little too much, I think. I don't know. Even the one time I had merch that we were selling for the channel. One time I bought them and I sold them at cost. And actually I gave most of them away. But I sold them at cost to a couple people. Actually, I don't know if I did. I may have just gave them away. But there was a company that was doing my shirts. And they told me it would be like $20 a shirt. And then whatever I wanted to put on top of that is what I would make. So if I made it $25 for a shirt, I would make $5. And I'm like, I ended up telling them I didn't really want to make anything. And they was like, well, I think the way it worked out, I was getting $5, or maybe was it something like it was 17 or 16 bucks, and the shirts were 20. So I think I was getting like $3 or $4 a shirt. And then they said, like, you can make it 25. People will pay 30. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. This company was making the shirts. You ordered it through them. And I made an order. I bought my own shirts. I gave them away. Other people bought them. There were stickers. And the money from those was put into a PayPal account for me. I never got that. The company took the money, shut down, and has never been heard from again. So, like, the merch thing, I don't have a good feeling about ever. I don't like it. So, I've been duped already, so it is what it is. Were you able to hit up the show? The expo? Oh, you're talking to Ground Pounder? Yeah, he was there when Tim called me to ask me advice about stuff, so, yeah. Okay. We gotta talk about this. Actually, what would have been a timestamp right there for Buckin'? It probably would have been like, I probably got into it about, I've been talking maybe 20 minutes. Let's go 20. So I keep doing this, the timestamps, and then I never put them in for Jacob. So he probably thinks I haven't been talking shit on him. But yeah, he would be wrong. Okay, so let's talk about this. Ground Pounder. Who is this guy? Who is at Timber Cutter Patriot? Has anybody seen this guy? It's at Timber Cutter Patriot, and Cutter is spelled with a K. Anybody seen this dude? He's a knucklehead that cuts trees down from the base. Like he's maybe a like a small time logger or something. I don't know, a hobbyist. I don't really know what he is. Gray beard, like white beard. just a knucklehead. This guy's a knucklehead. He's one of the ones that's a bonehead. Oh, okay, yeah. He definitely deserves a spot. Yes. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Hey, buddy, that's not good. You have to find keep on keeping on. Um, Backblade Mofo. Yeah, he's a weird dude. Okay. I had another officer contact me and give me this gentleman's information. They're like, you got to take a look at this guy. There's something wrong with this guy. Um, and then I instantly realized what the something was. I think he's like 70 years old, okay? 70 years old. And he's on TikTok. Right there. I mean, the second I realize how old you are and that you are on TikTok, I'm out, man. I'm out. You're not my type of guy. You're just it's just not it. You're a know-it-all who knows very little. You may have cut a billion trees, but if you only do one technique a billion times, do you really know that much? Hang on just a second. I got to check myself. Yeah, do you really even know that much if you just do the same technique over and over and over? You may be good at that one technique, but I mean, what's that? He seems like a drunk. Like he's just drunk, and when he gets a good buzz, he's like, I'm gonna and I'm like, what the fuck's up with this dude? He doesn't understand how to sharpen a damn chainsaw. He does not understand how to sharpen a chainsaw. He's like, you sharpen it, however many swipes it takes with the file, and then you go back and you go one swipe, and he said, this is for you, dude. If that works for you, so be it. You, sir, do not need to be acting like you are an authority figure on nothing. Absolutely nothing. He looks like he sits around drinking straight whiskey all the time. I watched a video, his nose was glowing in the video. It was glowing. And I'm like, damn, homie must be soused right now. But he does some weird shit. He does this big boom baby. I don't even know what that means. But if you're a 70-year-old man who TikToks and has a saying where you say big boom baby, sir, me and you are not the same kind of man. I'm a real one. You're not. I went onto his channel and I knew. That was wild. I knew what was going to happen. I hit him with the old, you did it all wrong and your blade is dull. And you're like clockwork. Here they come. And then he says, that wasn't, he tried to tell me I'm an amateur. That was an amateur comment. Okay? Amateur comment. I've never done anything amateur. So, I don't know what this guy's deal is. I don't trust anybody that says baby all the time. Big boom, baby. That's fruit. Okay? Every time you say that, big boom, baby, I hate it. See me and where? Where'd you see me? Oh, probably in his comments, yeah. And I knew he would, and my fellow officer hit me with a screenshot. He says, you look. And he also, this is the sad part, there's other people out there who respect this gentleman's opinion and him enough to defend him in the comment sections. What it is, it's those weekend warriors who's went into a group or watched a video and they said the word blade, and some insecure, maybe past his prime know-it-all tree guy felt the need to be like, let me, that's not a blade, that's disrespectful, that's a chain and a bar. If you want to call it a blade, you call it a blade. Okay? This is the way I feel about it. You don't tell me what I'm going to call it. You should hear what I call you when you're not around. You should see what your wife calls me when you're at work. I can call it whatever I want. Don't tell me I can't call it a blade. I called it a blade, and sir, you did absolutely nothing. You can go on TikTok, go make a little video, do a little dance like a teenage girl about it, and say big boom baby. But listen, baby, that's dumb. I don't like any of it. I don't like any of it. The timber cutter said that over 4 million feet a year have decided act like a jackwagon on TikTok. Just saying, yeah, dude. I'm serious. I've never talked a tick in my life. Absolutely not even one. What up, eh? So, yeah, I don't know about this dude. He may be cool, but I don't think he is. He's gonna have to. He needs to respect my authority, apologize, realize, and tell everybody. I can call whatever I want. Don't start talking about you steel guys wouldn't understand it. Yeah, we have male genitals. Of course we wouldn't understand it. You husky guys are wild. Like, I can't even. I don't know. I don't know about this guy. You just need to stick cutting firewood, shut your mouth, and know your place. And that, sir, is a big boom baby. Okay? That's what I got to say about that. So I don't know about this guy, but I'll keep an eye on him because he's different. He's different. Yeah. Yeah. He tried to do this stupid shit where he's like, I don't even got a chain. Yeah, I got one up here, but try to do something where he was like, this part of the tooth right here. I got a chain that fell out of the box right here. I can cut my hand open trying to get. All right. So he's like, the back of the tooth is, this makes, because, okay, the guy's cutting, and I swing both ways doing husky. Hey, brother, I respect it. I have some huskies somewhere. They're hidden on purpose. Yeah, they're up there hidden behind some stuff. But he tried to say that the reason his saw is making powder instead of chips is because the back of the tooth is what hits it with it makes the dust. Always has, always will. Dude, just because you say something and you think it's real, it don't mean it's real. You say big boom baby. I mean, and you say that a lot. I think you had a hat on that said it. It said, now that's a big boom baby. I don't like that saying. I don't like it at all. So don't say it anymore. Just cut the firewood, shut your mouth, drink your whiskey. Don't respond either. I had somebody talking back this week. Somebody responded this week to what that's not. Well, we're gonna discuss that. We'll come back for that guy there. Where's this other guy at? Well, hang on, we'll get to him. But I feel, well, we'll get to it. Veterans Tree Service. What time is it? 45. So I'm still in the middle of an investigation to shut this dude down. We're getting there. He's an accident waiting to happen. This guy's crazy. But put out a video called Tall Tree Removal Gets a Little Sketchy. So he's doing some self-rigging, and he twists the rope, and he says, he's explaining to you why he's doing this. And so what happens is that when you've tree work is tree work, okay? Removing a tree, if you're climbing it, a lot of them are very similar. They're all a little different, but they're all pretty similar to the point that guys are so much in need to do something new or explain something that they'll say some silly stuff. So let's do this. So we got a tree here, okay? All right, tree, right? Now we put a little branch on this tree. Little branch, okay? And then right up here, we got a union. We'll do another branch here, okay? So, if we had this here, and we're going to rig this branch, okay? Now, Tim hooks the branch up here. It goes up, it goes around the backside, then over here to where the rope crosses. So, Tim's here. Looks exactly like him. Hang on. I should put boobs on it. But, so that's Tim. And he's going to hold this rope with his hand. He's going to self-rig this branch. And so, what he feels like he needs to tell you is how this is so advanced, okay? He's teaching you a trick. There's a reason why he has it wrapped like this. Because he wants it to carry and pull further his direction. And he says that this little twist here is basically, I mean, it's going to make a big difference. If he would have hooked it up not like this, let's see what that would look like. So if you hooked it up normal, it would go up through that crotch and then down, right? Doesn't twist over it there nowhere. I should use a different color for the rope. Oh man, I made the biggest mark on the table. Okay, let me do something here. Cause I gotta explain this. This guy's out of his mind. He's trying to teach something that don't even make no sense. Okay. All right, now it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good now. Okay, I got different colors. Okay. All right, you ready for this? Hold your breath until I'm done talking, okay? All right, so he's going to hook his, see this red one? This is going to be the rope color. So he's hooked up. Of course the red sucks. So he's hooked up. And this is the way I would do it, okay? Over the branch. Now he thinks because he did it his little way like this, where the rope goes around the tree, like that, this is going to make a big difference. It's going to pull the tree real hard. It's going to be completely different, okay? Now, God dang it, Tim, that branch there, quite a bit bigger than the one I think he was rigging off of. The branch he was rigging off of, about this big around. Now, if the rope goes over this way on that branch, or if it goes over this way on that branch, sir, the difference, and the only difference, will be this much. Okay, it's not making a big difference. It's not going to pull it anymore. It's going to go 2 inches further when it lowers. That's it. That's it. Like, this is not something that should be studied, and like, I feel like everybody wants so much to like show something new, that they're making a big deal out of nothing. This, sir, is nothing. Okay? It's just you put a twist on it. Maybe it orientates the rope better or whatever. But this is not making a big enough deal to have pointed it out and been like, I'm doing this for a reason. It's going to pull on the branch better. And okay, sure, 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 I guess. I don't know. I don't know though. But it's not gonna pull better. That's bullshit. He sure has a lot of trouble rigging on those little single stem trees he does. I mean, what up, Treehon? He has a lot of trouble. I don't understand why he has so much trouble. I mean, brother, it's a single stem tree. It is one trunk, goes up, got some rungs of limbs on it. It's not hard. Hell, I normally don't do any evergreens. I did some pines that were ponderosa pines. I don't even think I filmed because it's boring. It's too easy. So he needs to get his shit together. He's not doing good enough. He's twisting ropes and acting like he just reinvented how to rig a tree down. He's embarrassing me. And I'm trying to teach him how to be cool. That is not working. But he needs to get his shit together. In this video, though, his saw didn't sound as sucky as it normally does. So I would like to tell him, shout out to him for that. Because normally his saw sounds super sucky. I knew a girl in high school, that was her name. But his saw sounds super sucky. And maybe he changed the filter or the plug, or I mean, he had to have done something because the saw didn't sound as bad this time. So, yeah, fix that saw. He uses that little, it's for like teenage boys. It's the little 2511T. I mean, it's for little boys. So then he's going to fall a madrone tree. And his back cut is cockeyed. So my experience with the weird cockeyed back cut is it'll drift to the side that isn't low. And what I mean by that is, and I'm sure most of us have done it, I've done it, maybe when I first started, when I was 12. But what you get when that happens is like, can you see that? Yeah. So you have your tree, you have your notch. I should make that notch a little smaller. So, and what happens is like, you'll go into a little cockeyed on it. So where the cut is like, I think it would end up being slanted like down. So that on the other side, it's going to be, when it comes to meet up here, it's going to end up being down here. And then this cut comes up and ends up where it's supposed to be. So one side hits where it's supposed to be, the other side is down, and what'll happen, so if we had this same situation here, in the same spot, and we're on the back side of the tree now, and we made our cut, and we know our notch is like right here, the bottom line for it, we would be like this. So what'll happen is the tree will drift to this side. It'll go this way a little bit, because this one ends up making a snap cut to this side. because you've undermined the cut, so it's not going to pull fiber over here, even though your notch is facing a certain direction. It's like how a Dutchman kind of will play with the way it ends up going. My experience, and it's not like I've tried to do this, but in the times where I've had those weird mistakes, it always seems to drift on the side that's not low. So in the video, his cut, of course, is low on one side. And the bad part is that it looks like it drifts more towards the house. It didn't go where the notch was facing. Like the notch would have been facing here. It ended up like here. But here's one thing I don't understand. When I have a notch, and I don't understand why more people don't do this. I'm here. I have my face cut, and I'm going to line up my back cut. What I'll do is I will take my saw, I will start just a little scribe of the cut where I think it's supposed to be at. And then like my bar will be about right there. And I will step back and look down the side of it. You can see the angle here. I line my chainsaw up by looking at it from the side here. I can imagine that being straight. So I don't understand why more guys have to walk all the way around or walk out. Maybe you should walk out to the front to see where your notch is facing. But I spot my hinge and my cut from the side. I'll look into the notch and see where that's going and then spot it through the back that way. And I don't find myself messing up on my back cuts and stuff as much, but well, yeah, it's just something I don't see very many guys do, is spotting and lining your cut up. I'll hold the chainsaw and I'll spot it through the notch. Like the notch is here, and I'll line that up, and I can see how my chainsaw is. If it's tilted this way, I know it's not going to line up right. If the saw's flat, and I can get a good eye view on it, it keeps me from having to walk all the way around or step back and look at it. I can start the cut, hold the saw, step, look, good, back into it, and then I make my cut. Just maybe something to try, for some guys. But good blade alignment is a must. Good blade alignment is absolutely a must. A good sharp blade is always, that should be a concern too. Yeah, it's all about the blade. It's all about the blade. It's all in the filing of the blade, Rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat, 100%. Okay, so, yeah, that's all I got for Tim. The other Tim 2, got up there, and he was, like, getting her done. Teaching Tim 1, like, how you really climb. But, yeah, that's just, I think Tim's probably a little thrown off. Yeah, I don't even want to say it. There's something wrong with him, though. Next channel is Rion Rounds. And this is sad for me. Both hands on the saw for blade control. No, man, I one hand a blade like nobody's business. Oh my God, he's here. Holy smokes. What up, man? So, next, like I said, Rion Rounds. The video is called The Most Satisfying Tree Removal You Will See Today. And it follows the rules. Just the tip. Yeah, 100%. You just got to get the tip of the blade in there, and the rest will do it on its own, So Rion's video, crane work in general is kind of boring. I mean, it's a reality, okay? Oh, you were here the whole time? being one of those sneaky little snakes in the background. That checks out. Yeah, I know it seemed a little fruity. The chat did. If that makes sense. So, God dang it, cranes are boring. And I'm sorry, but the Merlot, as cool as it is, it's even worse. It's even worse. I can't. I think I'm burnt out already on Rion videos. I just I just skip them. I'm like, and if I have nothing else to watch, I'll watch it now. And it definitely was not like that. You could go back a few weeks, and I was like all stoked that Rion was doing videos on the regular. And it's just there's only so many times I can watch a crane do all the work, or this Merlot drive up there and like it makes tree work so boring to watch. Um, Maybe it's also that the videos for Rion is getting a bit cringy. It's the typical YouTube kind of BS where he's like, "What's up today, YouTube family? We are on a job here with is this Climber Spencer? Or, I can't even remember, but he's like, we have 192 sheets of plywood, 2 Avants, a Merlot, we got the Grove, but we got these ramps, these oak shims. I just can't. I think I'm. And now he's like, you can buy a T-shirt at Rion Rounds. And yeah. So next, he's going to be being sponsored by Jobber. I think you give jobbers when I see you do it. This video is sponsored by Jobber. That's lame. That's lame. Ever since I've had nothing but emails from TCIA from ever since I went to the expo, and I don't like it. They need to stop emailing me. Stop asking me for them. I don't want to answer nothing. Leave me alone. I paid you $160 something to walk around for a couple hours, and it was lame. So leave me alone, or I want my money back. Day off, just chilling. Yeah, I know. Me too. Me too, Tim. That's why I kind of want to hurry through this. I haven't been this stoked on a card for a while. I think the whole main card is pretty sick. The Morales fight with Brady's going to be amazing. You got probably #1 pound for pound woman fight. Yeah, and then you get to see Islam at welterweight. Yeah, it's gonna be a sick card. I need to hurry up and get over this. Okay, next. Jobber. I can't. These guys in their jobber videos. I swear. So Guilty of Treason would be the next channel. What time is it? He's always crying about, you give me timestamps. I'm busy. Busy doing what? A whole lot of nothing. Eating meat. And that sounds sus as hell. Eating only meat. Homie's probably got a meat stick in his hand right now. I don't like it. We put out a video, the worst trees ever. Question mark, exclamation point. We need the crane for this, exclamation point, exclamation point. Part 1. Excuse me, sir, but the title's too damn long. Let's fix it. Don't do that title. The editor, dude, you gotta stop this shit. That's not how you make a title. In this video, he's working with Kevin, a guy I used to work for at Eastside, and I dig Kevin. I think that dude's hilarious. But just a second, here's so there's they just have a way of explaining things Jacob does. He has a way of explaining stuff and like doing even a job with crane work, and it doesn't come off like he doesn't come off like a weird cringy fool. He's figured out a way to do it, and I'm still entertained. I literally just said crane work is so boring. I watched the whole video and was entertained. The editor is very good at telling a story. And maybe it's the banter. I don't really know what it is. But I can sit through this and then actually enjoy it, which is very rare, especially when it comes to any tree work that has cranes. But when that Kevin dude does something crazy, it's funny. Like when he makes a mistake, like when he smashed Jacob's bucket truck with that branch and broke the front grill, it's hilarious because he's got that Lego Man helmet and it's got the big smiley face on it, and it's just hilarious. Like he's trying to be serious, but he's got this big old yellow helmet, and I dig it. You can't be mad at the guy. You can just like flip his face mask down, and it's got a big old smiley face on it. I get a kick out of it. I think Kevin's hilarious, but he's helping Kevin out. Apparently, Kevin works off on his own now. I dig the Lego Man helmet. It's probably really, really hard to tell a story with crane work, but yeah, the editor does a hell of a job at doing it. I think Jacob started I should say he's lame, cringy, and weird for starting the video out being locked inside the toolbox. But I think he has enough shame and like actual that he knows that he's cringy when he does that. And you can be cringy as long as you know you're cringy. It's cool. Like that's the way it works. Now, if you're being cringy and you don't even realize you think you're cool, it's the worst. It is legit the worst. But I dig Jacob. It's been nice seeing he's putting out 2 videos a week here lately. I think usually when I do my talks though, I only make it to one of them and talk about one of them. I don't even remember what the other one was, but he's going to get OSHA on his trail again. Oh no, I hope not. We already had to shut him down one time. But we'll see. Next channel, Metal and Wood. I haven't talked about this guy for a long time. Okay? I've been trying to be nice. Leave him alone. He sells Noker chainsaws, and he thinks he's an authority figure on chainsaws, and he doesn't know anything. It's really funny. He put out another video, the proper way to start a chainsaw. The video was 3 minutes and 39 seconds of him attempting to start a 661 knockoff chainsaw. He gives instructions on the best way to do it because he's seen somebody else do a video on it, and they were getting a hard time because they drop start. So he does this thing where he puts his phone on the ground and then he records himself over the top of it starting it. The problem with that is he's got the Dick-Do disease. I don't know if anybody is familiar with the Dick-Do disease, but it's an issue where your belly stick out further than your dick do, so you can't see it at all, and so his shirt sticks out and makes like a little bell, like he's wearing a dress, and then you just get the view of the under of the belly, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just kind of gross. I wish he wouldn't put the camera down there and show that view. I think it's kind of nasty. He calls them DHNSs. Something about a dick and nut shots or something. It's the weirdest. He's a weird guy. But he also, in the video, he says he likes to use his thighs to start a chainsaw. And I've never heard that before. And I don't want to hear it ever again. Your thighs should have nothing to do with it. Um, I feel like he's the type of guy to put it between his thighs for the sake of the vibration, and that's gross. I don't like that. I don't like it. So 3 minutes 39 seconds of him going to cheat. The proper way to start a chainsaw. This is what it's titled. Okay, it is titled this way. He never starts a chainsaw. This is like he's got like 5 or 6 videos like this, where it's the best way to put a chainsaw bar on. He never gets the bar on. The video ends, he doesn't get the bar on. It's so many videos like this. And this one, the proper way to start a chainsaw, he pulls on the chainsaw for 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Well, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. To then realize he didn't put any fuel in it. And then just doesn't start it. And he says, always drop start your saws. Which is, now you check back a couple months, he would tell you to start it his weird little way, but he figured out how men start chainsaws, so now he's like, you always do this, unless it's got a spring. I don't know what that means. I think he thinks water's going to come out of it or something. I don't know what that's about. Water's never came out of my chainsaw. So, but he says, drop start it always, unless it has a spring. Check it. You can check it out. Guys, he's different. He's very different. That's about all I can take. Yeah. I have to start my chainsaws for me. All right on, low impact. Yeah. I wish. Okay, now we got an issue here. So, Oasis Tree. I'm on my phone, I'm on YouTube, and all of a sudden I see me. I love that. That was like, finally something good on YouTube. Anytime when I'm like one of my videos, I'm like, fucking hey, now YouTube's doing good. So I see me. I'm stoked on it. Instantly, I'm like, this is sick. Then I realize it's not my video though. That someone has taken my video. Great chainsaw, Jacob. Great chainsaw. So I realized someone has taken my video and remixed it or stole. And I do that to people. That's what I do. I go take other people's videos and then I put me reacting to it on it, and it's cool. Okay. I don't like it when people do it to me. I don't think I like it. People shouldn't. You shouldn't do that. You better have a good aim. You better not miss. That's all I got to say, Treon. You better not miss. So, Oasis Tree put out this YouTube short, and it was called "Not Guilty." Response to the sheriff's investigation and possible citation. So, in what world, I should probably do this. In what world do you think it's okay to talk back? To respond? Did I ask for you to respond? I didn't ask for you. I told you what was up. This is where you're supposed to fix it. You're not supposed to make a video talking back, trying to defend yourself. But he did. And now I'm going to tell you right now, that's what you should do. We're being 100. I'm going to cut the BS. I'm going to be 100% straight right now and honest. This is what some of you guys should do. I try to bring attention to some of these channels. I'm going to be real for a second. I try to bring attention to these channels to give you guys some more views, maybe some more subs, bring an audience your direction. A lot of times when I do this, I'm trying to help the channel. This is what you do. He clipped my video, responded to it, was you weren't as funny as I was. That's just facts. You were kind of funny, but that was a good move, smart move. I like it, but never do that again, ever, absolutely ever. If I tell you something, it's just what it is. Okay, let's just let's be real. I told you you got little bird legs and you were using spikes. That's facts. That's just what it is. Um, but yeah, I didn't. I really liked seeing myself, but then when you came into the video, I didn't like that part. I didn't like that part. It kind of ruined the video for me. But yeah, you can check that out. It's on his channel. I think the moniker is Your Outdoor Oasis. The channel name is Oasis Tree. Put out another video called Removing a Rotten Hazardous Tree with Next to No Room for Error. Ooh, Bubba, you were just this close to getting a ticket right there. That title kind of sucks. It's kind of not good. It's just kind of a little too long. Yeah. That's how I learned how to sharpen blades is from BBR. Um, I didn't even know you're supposed to get the gullet. I didn't even know a blade had a gullet. This is what's crazy to me. I didn't even know. I use a skip tooth blade sometimes. Full house blade, switch blade. I mean, a serrated blade, all kinds of shit. Things that other guys don't even know about yet. So, oh yeah, this video with this super stupid long title. That's what it's got, a stupid title. He shows us an oak tree and he says we're in the middle of town. You're in a neighborhood, okay? He's in town in this little tight kind of neighborhood, small lots, and he says he's going to leave a habitat snag in these people's front yard, which is, this may be the first time I've ever seen anything like this. That sounds crazy to me, but I know that some people are just crazy. So maybe he's not the crazy one this time. Maybe it's just the person. But yeah, he's gonna go up in this oak tree. He's gonna take the rest of the limbs off of it, and he's gonna leave a habitat snag in the middle of town in the front yard of this house. So I'm like, okay, definitely have never seen this before. I guess I'll watch it. For God's sake, get a tagline and pull those comms and stuff out of the way. Dude, you take a rope, okay? This is a rope. This is what I like to call a rope. Pretend like this thing here is the power line. You make a little wild rope and you throw it over it, okay? It goes over the what the fuck? It was supposed to hold way better than that. Okay. Now let's do this. So we use this. So we go around and we throw it up and now we got our rope back. Now, you just tie a bowline. Okay? Don't go tie a knot and then cinch it up and then you can't get your rope back. That's dumb. Don't do that. Tie your bowline. I don't know how to tie a bowline, but I think something about a rabbit and you something in this hole or something. I don't even know. But I tie this knot. Is that right? Yeah. And then you sit. Nope. That's all right. Supposed to tie a whole bowline. Okay. So you just tie whatever knot you have to. A lot of times I will just tie like a loop in the rope and then clip something to it. But if you do this, you've got this, it's down to the ground, this to where you can get to it and untie it, but then you can take the comm lines and pull them away from the tree, you can drop next to it, and then you can pull it into the tree and drop over. So those comm lines will play a long ways back and forth. You can get a lot of space there if you do it right. I think it's a better idea to do this as opposed to having a guy take a pole pruner with a blade on it and push the lines over. You can anchor it make it stationary, get it off to the side, take this in, wrap it up, whatever it is you got to do. But yeah, I just was like, come on, what? You never, you need to. You need to get you a little rope. Like I had a junk one that I got from like, I think I got it from the dollar store. It was just this little skinny, crappy rope, but it was for comm lines. And it was super light. That way it wasn't heavy on the lines and pulling down on it. And it had a carabiner on it. On the end of it, I would throw it over, and I would bring it back, do an overhand knot real quick, have that over the line, and then I would clip it to this. Then I can go take and anchor it, and then when I'm done, undo there, pull that out, and then I can get it. But I think it's a better idea than using the pole pruner and getting your guy electrocuted. Let's say you hit the line and it jerked it off and and it hit the blade. Then it cuts the line and it electrocutes it. Like, who knows? I would much rather use a rope and do that, but he didn't. He kind of fought the lines the whole time, smacked them a few times. He sets a tag line also. And I'm going to show you a trick here to getting your rope back when you throw it out onto a branch. So, if I was doing this and I threw, okay, let's do this. Now say you want to get your rope out there and you got a carabiner on the end and just your rigging rope and you throw it, okay? Is that going to be out far enough for me to do this? No, it's not. So I'm going to show you over here. Let's do a few tips and tricks. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay. I'll move this out of the way. This here. Uh-oh. Dang. Knocking everything over. Son of a... You broke my lampshade. Jesus Christ. I'm a bull in a china shop. Okay, you guys still here? Oh yeah, you're here. Okay, cool. So, let me move this stuff back so I can get this whole thing in camera view. Okay. This should be good. Okay, where's that at? Right there. Okay, you still here with me? Son of a... It's gonna fall over. Okay, you still here? We're gonna get there eventually. Just work with me, okay? I'm a wreck. But I will get there. So, we're gonna pretend like this is our branch, okay? Now, I want to show you this trick. So, you get your rope thrown over. Let's just throw it over that, okay? And I'm way back here. So, I can get this from as far away as I need. Now, there's a way I could show like how far away I actually am. That way this makes sense. But, yeah, here we go. This will work. So, you can see how far away I am here. I'm out of the camera view. I'm a long ways from that. But I can get that back if I need. All I do is take my loop of rope and do this. And then I can pull it to me. And then get it, unwrap it. Take it, cinch it up, and tighten it down. So I don't see many guys do that. They'll throw over a branch, okay? And then they'll sit there and they'll fight, and they'll fight. Here's another pet peeve of mine. Why do guys do this with the rope? Trying to get it to go down? How about take it and flick a loop into it and like introduce rope. Instead of just whipping the rope, introduce some slack into it and some rope. And it will drop much better than doing this. This doesn't do anything. Stop doing that. Do the loops, okay? The loops are better. Okay, so once again, I'm quite a ways away here. You just make sure you got some slack in your rope, and you just grab it and get it swinging. And after you get a couple loops, you can pull it to yourself. Now, I'm sure most people have tried that. But a lot of times I purposely I rig with a metal carabiner. It's a steel beaner, which are much bigger and heavier. And that's why I make sure I have that, is because I want a much heavier carabiner that's strong enough. And plus, it gives me a little extra weight on the end of my line to throw it out there on limbs. And I've been above it, like up here, and throw it out there, and you can still get it back. Especially when it's got some weight to it, you can really get that to whipping around. And if it's far away, you just get as many loops as you can, and it will come back to you. So, I don't know, like, that's going to help a whole lot of people. If you're kind of new, it will. So, instead of struggling or breaking a branch off, or here's a new thing. I just made this the other day. It's a hot dog holder, okay? But now it's a rope holder, or grabber. So, extends out from a ways. You can grab your rope. I think I got it from my brother's wedding. It was free at the wedding. And it breaks down into a little thing like that. I just drilled a hole in it, put a little wire so I can clip it on. But yeah, hot dog holder. You just reach out there, get it. I have another one of these that stretches to like 18 foot that was sent to me by Daryl. Clue. He goes by Knee Naked, I think, but yeah, he hooked it up. Or no, that was Clue, maybe. I can't even. He's changed his YouTube channel so many times I can't keep up with it. But yeah, I had a hot dog holder, right? Yeah, it's a hot dog holder. I think that's what it is. He does change it. He's changed it 1,000 times. He's been the leprechaun climber, the bald eagle, I can't even keep up with it. But Daryl's the man. I haven't talked to him in a while, but yeah, I'm always like, I didn't subscribe to this channel. And then I'm like, oh, it's Daryl. My bad. He changed his name again. I gave up. You gave up. But yeah, that's something you could come up with, because you could clip that onto your saddle. And I like the stationariness. You could hook this up so that the hooks are faced in, so it won't catch on a bunch of stuff. So you just, it's a wooden handle. I just drill the hole in it, put a little piece of wire there, and then clip it on. I'll probably never use it, but I'm him. You changed your name and you're him. That's awesome. So, another trick. I had some other tricks that I was going to show. I don't know if I want to. Where did I have that hanging? What the hell? Oh, yeah, I probably had it like, okay. Yeah. What was the other one? Oh, yeah, you use that same, like, trick with the treble hook for getting your throw ball back. Like, and you can go horizontal. I've shown that one plenty enough times, but it's a really cool little trick. is ever use a 1/2 inch wire for putting rope through crotches. There. Works awesome. No, I never have. No, I haven't. A lot of times with throw ball stuff, if I get stuck, like I keep my stuff always on a thimble. That way I can just throw it down, pull out what I need really quick, and it's really simple. I keep a loop in the end of it, just a double overhand. As long as your throw ball can fit through it, you just take your loop each time, put it through the ring and over the top, and it's hooked on. Good to go. Same situation when you go to take it off. But there's a trick that you can use with a treble hook for if you're in one tree to transfer over and get your throw ball back. So say I'm over here in a tree and I took my throw ball right here and I threw it and it went up over that branch over there, and that's a whole different tree, and it comes down. Okay, you see it. So I have some treble hooks somewhere. Every time I need it. Everything crashed the other night. Where did they go? They're here somewhere. My treble hook. Oh, here they are. So, I just bought some of these. From Walmart, I think. So, the treble hook, you take and clip the points off with wire clippers so they're not so pointy. I'll also take and smash the barbs down on each one right here. Smash that back down on each one. And then this works for a grapple hook to get your throw ball back. So check this out. It's a very simple technique. When you're over in the other tree and you want to get this back, what you'll do is guess how far away you are from here, from where you're at, to the distance to the other tree. You'll let the throw ball drop down that far, and you want to make it to where it's dropped down far enough that when you get a hold of it and you pull it back, it'll get back to you. You've got enough down that now you can, like right there would be good for where I'm at. Well, it's just out of the camera, I think. I know it's like right there. Okay. So you'll take this end of your rope that you got in your hand, and you just tie same again. Just tie an overhand knot. Now I like a little bit of slack in it. It'll help get up under the branch. So same thing with the throw ball. You'll hook on your grapple. Put it over the top. Now you're hooked on. So now what you're going to do, oh shoot, I did it too low. We're going to be on the ground because we're not actually in a tree. So I need to raise that up. Okay. So you're over here, put it up here. So I want it to be able to get a hold of it. You tie your loop in it. And you're in a different tree right now. Put that over the top like we did with the throw ball. And girth hitch it on. Now here's the beauty of this. So now I'm going to be over here with the treble hook, okay? And as this lowers down, it's going to bring the treble hook to the line, okay? It's right here. And if this was a bigger branch, you would need this to be a little longer to swing underneath the branch to grab this so you can pull it back to you. and then you can set a rope over there and transfer. So the way it works, we bring it back up, and we've thrown it over, we've set our treble hook. Now we're gonna fish it and get that line. Get some extra. So right there, I swing it, I hook that line. Got it. Now I just pull it back to me over here. So now I've got the throw ball over here and the treble hook. What I would do is I would take the throw ball, I would clip it to me, and I would take my treble hook off. And then now I can take my throw ball off, take my rope, and set it over into the other tree and be able to transfer without having to go all the way down. And it's pretty simple. I'm sure there would be other applications where this would be a useful technique to have or trick to know. The one main reason I've ever used it is to do transfers. In this situation, if you could get a rope back, you could take and set a rope. It'll come back. Now you've got a doubled up rope over it. You can tie like a Blake's hitch, whatever, with a stopper knot. You want to leave a little slack in it from tree to tree. Then you can clip like a rigging beaner like we had before. You can clip that rigging beaner on and just bear climb up under it, like army climb, and transfer over. Get your lanyard around, and then take your rope and spin it and get it to come back to you with your hitch climber, zigzag, whatever it is. You put a stopper knot up under that. But I did a video on the transfer before, so I'm not going to do too much detail on it, but yeah. A ball holder. So I showed the weird trick with that. Oh, here's another trick that I was just using day before yesterday. So I was in the biggest Royal Empress tree I've ever seen in my life. It was absolutely enormous. It had like 5 stems on it that came out of one stump, and each stem on its own was bigger than any Royal Empress tree I've ever seen. Like by twice as big. This thing was enormous and is the weakest wood. It's just trash stuff. I was terrified. It had woodpecker holes. It was hollow. This stuff just crumbles. So my rigging point and my tying point were the same. I hate when I have to do that. So I didn't want to go and drop a bunch of weight into the rigging setup. So I was trying to be cautious about it. So instead of just swinging it over like crazy each time, I figured out a way that I could lessen the impact on that rigging point by doing this. Oh, okay. And I call it hum-ding-a-ling-a-ding. No, it's like hang it and release it, which is really nice. You can take speed line straps and do this. So what I would do is I had the tree here, way out on a fork here, that one up, and let's say here was my tying point. Okay, was over here. I was rigging off this too. House there, you can see the little house up under it. It was pretty close, but this was so weak, I legit felt like it would break if I just dropped all this weight into it real heavy. So what I would do each time is, like for this limb, I would dog leash it to, okay, let me explain this. So let's say you have this section here. So what I would do here is I would dog leash this right here. Get a different color marker. Dog leash this here to there. Okay? So what that allows me to do, and I have my rigging point set up here. I would run it like a redirect. I would drop it off of a speed line strap that had a carabiner and the ropes going through it, and it would drop off and hang right here. So here's what it would look like. After I cut it each time, it would hang and it would be hanging like this, okay? Off of a nub. So I would have that speed line strap attached to that nub there. And now I've hung this off of it. I would have the guys tighten it up as tight as they could. Then I would sever this nub there. And what it's done is it's allowed the rope to stretch with this weight into it already. Okay? It's impacted it somewhat, but it's shared the load between these two. And it's held it in place. And then now I can sever this little nub that's there, that's got the speed line strap on it. And it would swing this whole thing. It would now swing over to here. And it would have a little speed line strap and a little nub of wood attached. Hooked to a speed line strap. So then this, after it's settled there, now it's positive rigging. It's not above it. Now I can sever the little nub and the whole thing swings over and stops here. I didn't have to stop cutting. It was just a one movement after the other. Hang it, let it settle, release it. Now it's in a positive rigging fashion. It's already developed a stretch into the rope. It just made me feel so much safer than just cutting it and sending it into the rigging system, especially in them situations where you find yourself being tied into the same thing you're rigging off of. Like I had a high tie-in point, and I was so sketched on it that before I went to work anything away from the tie-in point here, like I was like up here, I dropped my tie-in point down. I didn't trust it. Like I was so sketched out that it was gonna break that I couldn't. But it was a gnarly Royal Infantry. I've never seen anything like it, and was quite amazed at the just sheer size of this thing. It was, I mean, that's what she said, but you know how it is. I was running Akimbo 2 until I saw the ISC. No. Same. Similar to a chicane. Dang. I wasn't paying attention. To what? Treathan? What weren't you paying attention to? Rope Runner Pro is being discontinued. Once the Reflex is out a year, I'll consider it. Yeah, I've seen them do their explanations on it. You know, I don't like that one is a more dialed in, touchier version. I think it's absolutely crazy dangerous to have that jumpiness to the one. They're like, this is set for if anybody could do it, so it's real jumpy. It takes a lot to engage it. Being able to slowly and smoothly engage a product is a big deal when you're using it to climb. And I don't think enough attention gets, placed on that when they're developing these products. I don't like it. It took me a long time, and I randomly watched a video with what's his name? Kevin Bingham, the guy who come up with your rope wrench, rope runner. He did a video and explained the way that he uses the actual Rope Runner Pro, and his hand placement made sense. I'm right-handed. I always climb every device right-handed. It's where I feel like I have the strength, and I don't know why, but with the Rope Runner Pro left-handed and using my thumb to engage the bird and gripping the device with a cupped hand here and then just the thumb onto the bird changes the way I use that device completely. It is so buttery smooth and I love it. It took me maybe a year to really dial in how to even engage it without getting that weird jumpiness in it or it being set to such low friction that it's slipping. So Throttle was a rushed product. I agree. I think they should chill on a lot of them. I think the Blackbird may be a rushed product too. It hasn't even hit the American market, and Jacob from Guilty of Treason is using it, and it's burnt out already. It's already slipping nonstop, and that's the thing. Like, you finding something that will engage the system smoothly and allow you to slowly disengage the system and friction to get movement is such a hard thing to do. And now you're seeing a lot of companies move to using what is a loaded cam when that's the only thing they tried to get away from originally. The Gree from Petzl came out long ago. Was mainly used in rock climbing. It works off of a loaded cam and has a plastic handle. That plastic handle has never broke on me. And I would expect it to, but it doesn't seem the strongest. You have to unload that cam to get movement. Now you're seeing things like this new rope, like the Zigzag. Looks like the Zigzag and the Gree had a baby, and that's what this new device is that they're coming out with. It may be midline attachable, I don't know about that, but they basically took a Zigzag and slapped a loaded cam up under it to allow it to work. So 99% of devices are either going to put an artificial bend before the friction, like a rope wrench, rope runner, or it's going to work off of a loaded cam, like your Gree and stuff like that. That's the tricky part about it. The cam puts an artificial bend in the bottom so that it works, or the rope wrench, the rope runner puts an artificial bend up in the top. That way, a limited amount of friction can be used to actually hold you. So, I mean, shout out to anybody who's working on climbing devices, have come up with climbing devices. Like, it's a tricky thing, and I've seen some really cool, great ideas that like only worked for a short period or weren't practical long term. So I'm a very big fan of the Gree. I would not say that it's a device that you should ever be primary climbing on, but as a secondary, it is absolutely amazing. For a device for grappling, it's absolutely amazing. I've used it in 5-to-1 pulley setups because it'll capture the progress and then allow me to disengage the progress with the trigger. So some tools are very good and they get overlooked because they're not what's hip at the time, and some tools are what's hip and they suck. So the Throttle sucked. That's just kind of the way things work. They try to rush things and they want to be the first. So hearing somebody yelling. Hang on just a second, and we'll finish this. I got one more citation too. This guy, I seen this guy at the expo. Strider Trees. Oh, also, shout out to Meta Spencer. He put out a pretty shitty video today. Or maybe it was yesterday, but it was a real shitty video. Check it out. That's Meta Spencer. That dude is he's just a good human. I like Spencer. Check out his video. But Strider Trees put out a video called Safer Ways to Rig Big Trees. And of course, he looks like the type of guy to be giving jobbers. And he's sponsored by Jobber. Lame. You're fruit. But in the video, he says, I hate negative rigging. Okay, dude. Cool. I like the zigzag still, but I took a while to go away from... Yeah, it's hard to trust anything mechanical. It really is. And it takes time to develop trust in it. So I 100%, I get that. And I agree with you completely. I love that. Yeah. Seems like a Grigri would be a good maybe. Oh, what if you didn't smoke to get... Oh, what the fuck did you smoke to get that physique? Steroids? Can you smoke steroids? And I used to shoot up whiskey a lot. I still have whiskey back here in case I ever are fiending and need a shot. So I keep it close. Yeah. I also stay active, and I'm not a fat slob that just eats food and just sits around and plays with his pecker and scrolls his phone. I have worms and ADD at the same time. So that's how I did. Let's see, what does that say? We don't negative rig if we have a high rigging point nearby. I think it's a good thing. I would just say, as long as you're not using those bad for you. As long as you're not using the tree and just doing natural crotch rigging and burning the tree up with the rope, cool. Like you can set base anchors and set a remote rigging system. That's not hard to do. And yeah, I back that 100%. What I don't back a lot of times is when I see guys doing natural crotch rigging and just burning another tree up to rig off of, knowing that the customer can never get up there and see that. But like Oasis Tree, in his video, he was removing that tree, but in the process, you could tell that tree probably died because the only parts that were really, really bad were over the house. And it looks like there's remnants from when somebody climbed it with spikes at one time. It's an oak tree. It was probably pruned at the wrong time. That's why the tree failed. Like, and it's just, it's so far gone now. Guys are like, they only worry about like, well, we won't get a disease or this or that. The tree has to heal every one of those spike holes. So if you do 1 billion spike holes all over it, it's going to take a long time for it to heal all those. Not to mention it's open wounds for airborne pathogens, whatever. Like, I don't know really what killed that tree, but if someone was to ask me what I think killed that tree, it's not a coincidence that everything that is completely so far gone dead and falling apart is over the house. Because people want to trim that to be safe. They don't care about trimming it at the right time of the year. Or a guy will get up there with his spikes and he spiked all that all over in that section. Now that whole half of the tree is completely dead, and the tree's tried to close itself off. Like, I just did a tree like this, where that's exactly what happened. I know the guy that used to trim the tree, and I know that he spiked the hell out of this tree and trimmed all this stuff over the house, and that whole half of the tree died. So, like, the tree compartmentalized, closed that half off, and just killed it off. So, Keen Master is great. So yeah, back to Strider. He's doing his jobber sponsor. Says he hates negative rigging. He says he prefers to so he says he's gonna teach you a bunch of tricks to negative rigging and this and that. This dude, this is like a 30-minute video, it seems like. He said nothing of value and showed no tricks. And I'm like, I don't understand the purpose of this video. He showed how he negative rigs, and then he went off onto some tangents about, he calls it negative rigging and speed lining. What you did is you made a controlled speed line setup. And for a guy who spends all of his time being the teacher, you would think he would know this, but he doesn't. Doesn't call it the right names or anything, but he's trying to be Mr. Smarty. He's weird. He's an industry plant, I feel like. And like, I don't know. I don't, he's just maybe not my cup of tea. It doesn't seem authentic. Like, it doesn't seem like that's him. He's playing this Mr. Perfect persona on the internet. But he also says that when he's negative rigging on a spar, he prefers to have his climbing system down by his knees, as far away from the cutting as possible, because it's safe. Not make it safer. Your anchor is still right next to the cut. The only thing that's away is the climbing device. All you did was ensure that you're going to fall further if you gaff out before it catches. That once again, they've made all the videos you can make. Now they're grasping for straws, trying to pretend like they came up with something that isn't nothing. It is nothing. Stop pretending like you're about to show a safer way to rig big trees. You showed nothing. There was nothing in that video that was of value. You showed how you set up a controlled speed line. That's it. So, I don't know. But, you know, he's just, I don't know. I don't want to be mean at the same time, but this video was not it. He starts talking trash on rigging rings, and pulleys are better because he says they can get pinched, and bullshit. And whatever, dude. I don't want to get into that, but I'm going to have to keep my eye on Strider. See what kind of corny shit he comes out with. But I think I'm about done. I think I've made it through episode 99. It's probably about it. We're hitting the 2-hour mark. I've rambled for as long as I can ramble. Strider makes stretchers, but we may need them too. Here's a few videos through that were okay, but most of these. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's just, I don't know. The corniness of trying to lie to the viewer that you're about to show them these special techniques that he just states obvious things. Like, if you put a clip on the end of your speed line, you don't got to tie a knot. What? Of course, yeah, that's interesting. That's real interesting. I didn't even think about that. That if I had one of these, I don't have to tie a knot every time. Everyone knows this. Then he tries to do something stupid like, I prefer to have my climbing system down by my knees, so it's further away from the cutting. As it's the furthest thing away from the cut. that's doing things for the sake of being different, to hope that people think you did something new. And that's weird, dude. Maybe just don't make another video. If you don't have anything of value, don't pretend like you have something of value that you're about to teach. I don't mind sharing anything I know, but I'm not looking to teach everybody shit, so I don't know. That's all I got. I'm sick of talking. This is over. I hate all of this. It's my job. It's what I have to do. I'm just you guys. I've explained to you guys what kind of guy I am. I'm the type of guy that crosses a bridge, turns around, throws dynamite on it, and blows it up for the sake of watching it blow up. I have built a YouTube channel multiple times, got it on a very quick path of growing, and then I'll do something stupid to stop it. That's me. Do not subscribe to my channel. Do not like the video. And actually, don't go to members either. There's going to be videos of you on there that you're going to see where I'm making fun of you, and you don't want to see it. All right? If you've ever done anything stupid, just don't do stupid stuff, okay? Ain't nobody going soft. I'm as hard as that sounded sus as hell. I didn't finish it though. That don't sound right. No, I think that's what you're supposed to. If you share this video, I'll track you down and punch you. Do not like this video. If you subscribe, I will quit YouTube. And just stop watching my shit. Like, stop watching. Alright? I don't want you to watch. I hate this. I hate all this. Alright? Guys, thanks for giving me your time as always. I don't know what I'm going to do for the 100th episode, but we'll see. Stay safe, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a safe work week. If I can help you, I'm always here. Let me know. Stay safe. Thanks for watching.